Let us take a moment together, right here and now. Let us pause the endless stream of thoughts that pulls us forward into the future and backward into the past. I invite you to simply be present. Feel the gentle rise and fall of your own breath. Notice the air as it enters your body, bringing life and calm, and feel it as it leaves, taking with it any tension you may be holding. This simple act of breathing is an act of returning to ourselves. It is a small, quiet space where we can find refuge from the world's constant demand to hurry. In this stillness, we can begin to hear the soft whisper of our own heart, a voice often lost in the noise of everyday life. We live in a world that celebrates speed. We are told that faster is better, that we must achieve our goals immediately. This pressure creates a feeling of constant urgency, as if we are always running behind in a race we did not choose to enter. We look at the lives of others and compare our journey to theirs, feeling that we are not moving quickly enough. This comparison can plant a seed of anxiety within us. We start to believe that our worth is measured by how quickly we can acquire things, whether it is success, love, or understanding. But this is an illusion. True fulfillment does not live in the land of speed. It resides in the quiet garden of patience, waiting for us to arrive without hurry. When we allow ourselves to slow down, we begin to see the world with new eyes. We notice the small miracles that we often miss in our rush. We see the way the sunlight filters through the leaves of a tree, creating a beautiful dance of light and shadow on the ground. We hear the gentle melody in the song of a bird. We feel the warmth of a cup of tea held in our hands. These simple moments of mindfulness are the building blocks of a peaceful life. They teach us that happiness is not a destination we must race toward, but a path we can walk with gentle, deliberate steps. Each breath, each mindful glance is a step on that path. So let us practice this art of pausing together. It does not require any special tools or a special place. It only requires our intention to be present. When you feel the pull of hurry, simply stop for a moment. Take one conscious breath. Feel your feet on the ground, connecting you to the stability of the earth. Acknowledge the feeling of impatience without judgment, as you would acknowledge a passing cloud in the sky. By doing this, you are planting a seed of peace within yourself. This seed, watered by your gentle attention, will grow into a strong tree of patience, offering you shade and comfort throughout your life's journey. The feeling of impatience is like a small fire within the heart. At first, it is just a tiny spark of unease, a sense that things are not happening on our desired schedule. If we feed this spark with anxious thoughts and comparisons, it can grow into a restless flame. This inner fire makes us feel agitated and unmoored. It tells us that we must do something, anything, to speed things up. It whispers that waiting is a form of failure and that our happiness is being withheld from us. This feeling can be very powerful, pushing us to act from a place of fear rather than from a place of wisdom and love. It makes our spirit feel crowded and noisy. When our hearts are filled with this unquiet energy, we can be tempted to take shortcuts. We may see a path that seems quicker, but it is often a path that is not in harmony with our true nature. We might be tempted to be unkind to someone to get ahead, or to be dishonest in our dealings to achieve a goal more quickly. These actions are born from a place of scarcity, from the belief that there is not enough time or opportunity for us. When we act from this place, we may gain a temporary advantage, but we create suffering for ourselves and for others. These harmful ways leave a deep mark on our spirit, a feeling of regret that lingers long after the fleeting victory has faded. Consider the farmer who plants a seed. The farmer knows they cannot force the seed to sprout overnight. They cannot pull on the young plant to make it grow faster. To do so would only harm it, to break its fragile stem. Instead, the farmer provides the seed with what it needs: good soil, water, and sunlight. Then the farmer waits. They trust in the natural process of growth. They understand that the seed has its own internal clock, its own perfect timing. This is a deep form of wisdom. It is the understanding that some things cannot be rushed, and that trying to force them only leads to destruction, not to a beautiful, healthy plant. Our own lives are much like this. Our dreams, our relationships, and our spiritual growth are like seeds we plant in the garden of our heart. When we become impatient, we are like the farmer who tries to pull the sprout from the earth. We damage the very thing we wish to nurture. The illusion of haste tells us that we are in control, that we can bend the universe to our will. But true strength lies not in forcing our will, but in aligning ourselves with the natural flow of life. It lies in trusting that, like the seed, our fulfillment will arrive in its own perfect time, if only we provide it with the right conditions of patience and care. There is a deep spiritual value in the act of waiting. It is not a passive emptiness, but an active, mindful presence. When we wait with faith, we are not simply doing nothing. We are cultivating a space within ourselves for something new to be born. It is an act of profound trust in the rhythm of the universe. We are acknowledging that we are part of a larger story, a story that has its own unfolding pace. This kind of waiting is a form of prayer, a silent communication with life that says, I am here, I am open, I am ready to receive what is meant for me when the time is right. It is a practice that softens the heart and quiets the anxious mind. Trusting the timing of our lives can be one of the most challenging yet rewarding spiritual practices. It means letting go of our own rigid timelines and expectations. It means accepting that the universe may have a better plan for us than the one we have so carefully constructed in our minds. Sometimes a delay is a form of protection. A closed door may be redirecting us to a more beautiful and appropriate path that we could not have seen for ourselves. When we can hold this perspective, waiting is no longer a source of frustration. Instead, it becomes a sacred pause, a moment to breathe, to learn, and to grow in wisdom and compassion while we wait. Think of the way a fruit ripens on a branch. It does not happen all at once. It happens slowly, day by day, absorbing the nourishment of the sun and the rain. If you pick the fruit too early, it will be sour and hard. It will not offer the sweetness and nourishment it was meant to give. It is only by waiting for the right moment, the moment of perfect ripeness, that you can enjoy its full flavor. Our own experiences of joy and fulfillment are like this They need time to ripen. Our patience is the warmth of the sun that allows our own life's purpose to become sweet and full. This trust is not blind. It is a faith built on observation and mindfulness. We can see the sacred rhythm all around us in nature. The seasons do not rush. Winter does not become summer overnight. The tide comes in and the tide goes out, following a timetable that is ancient and true. By observing these natural cycles, we can learn to trust the cycles in our own lives. We can learn that there is a time for planting and a time for harvesting, a time for action and a time for rest. Embracing this rhythm brings a profound sense of peace, a feeling of being in harmony with the world around us and with the deepest truth of our own being. True fulfillment often arrives quietly, not with a loud announcement, but with a gentle sense of rightness. It comes after a period of patient waiting, like the calm, clear morning that follows a long night. Imagine you have been tending a small garden. You have watered the soil, removed the weeds, and protected the young shoots. For a long time, it seems like nothing is happening. Then one morning, you walk outside and see the first flower has opened its petals to the sun. The joy you feel in that moment is deep and pure because it is a joy you have participated in through your patient care. This is the kind of happiness that nourishes the soul. This quiet joy stands in stark contrast to the hollow victories won through haste and harmful methods. Taking a shortcut may give you a quick thrill, a fleeting sense of power. But this feeling does not last. It is often followed by a sense of emptiness or regret, a feeling that something important was lost along the way. True happiness is not something we can grasp or seize. It is something that blossoms within us when the conditions are right. It is the natural result of living with integrity, kindness, and patience. It is the peaceful feeling of knowing you have honored the journey, not just rushed to the destination, and that you have caused no harm. Let us encourage one another to have faith in the process of life. This faith is not about expecting everything to be easy or to happen exactly as we wish. It is about trusting that even in moments of difficulty and waiting, we are learning and growing. It is the belief that we are held by a wisdom far greater than our own understanding. When we live with this trust, we can release the heavy burden of trying to control everything. We can relax into the present moment and find peace right where we are, even if our circumstances are not yet what we hope they will be. This trust is the key that unlocks the door to inner peace. Therefore, let the power of patience be your gentle guide. Let it be your anchor in times of uncertainty and your source of strength when you feel rushed. Know that your life is unfolding in its own beautiful and mysterious way. There is no need to hurry. There is no need to force what is not yet ready. Simply tend to the garden of your own heart with love and gentle attention. Trust that in the fullness of time, the flowers of joy, fulfillment, and deep peace will blossom for you. Breathe in and know that you are whole. Breathe out and smile to the beautiful journey that is yours and yours alone.